So, whilst we'll no longer be getting content updates after the Grand Festival is finished, Nintendo did confirm that they will be doing reruns and continuations of many of the events within the game, which is definitely very good news, especially as this really wasn't a thing back in Splatoon 1 and only became a thing much later on in Splatoon 2. And already what Nintendo has shared paints a good picture of the roadmap of the future of Splatoon 3 and generally what we can sort of expect. Now, we will have to add in our own speculation for some of it, but it does seem pretty clear-cut what Nintendo is going to be doing. Let's take a look. So, for a start, we know Nintendo is going to be repeating all of the seasonal Splatfests in the game. And given these happen on set months, we basically know exactly when they are going to be taking place. For example, we will see Splatoween next month in October. So we're actually not that far off seeing this event happen at all at this point. The most likely date for this is probably the 26th and the 27th, which happens to be the final weekend before Halloween. This gives quite a lot of time since the Grand Festival ended. I can't imagine them doing it any earlier than that in the month. I think this date makes the most sense. Now, in case you didn't know, we already know that Nintendo is actually going to be bringing back the gear from Splatoon 2 for Splatoween. So technically speaking, there is some new content to enjoy with this event. It isn't just completely a rerun from the last event, there will actually be something new to collect. Obviously, the gear isn't new in the sense that yes, it was in Splatoon 2, but this is its first debut in Splatoon 3, and it sets a very interesting precedent that they will probably do the exact same thing for every other special Splatfest that was in Splatoon 2. Now, after Splatoween, there will be a bit of a gap for special Splatfest. Next, we can expect to see Frosty Fest in January. Nintendo will once again most likely return the gear from Splatoon 2, which will be really cool. I know some people really love the gear that they added. This gear actually isn't within the files of the game yet, so we understand that we will see another update patch before this point. Nintendo did kind of mention that they will be releasing more balance patches and stuff, so they'll probably add it in with their next one, although I'm kind of surprised they didn't already do it. But if they are returning the gear for Splatoween, then they'll definitely do the same for Frosty Fest. I generally expect it to happen around a similar time to what it did last year. I think that makes the most sense. Or, I guess this year actually, I forgot that we're still in 2024. The next special Splatfest will be Springfest, and that will take place in April. Once again, I expect to see the gear from Splatoon 2 return into the game, which will definitely be very good. Again, I really enjoy getting this sort of stuff. I think having the ability to collect stuff from the past Splatoon games is really cool, and I think a lot of people will honestly enjoy that a lot. The gear from Splatoon 2 definitely isn't as good as some of the other gear we've gotten, but just for the sake of completionists, I think it's definitely good that they will add that in. I should also mention that Springfest was the first special Splatfest that we got to see Pearl and Marina actually perform in Splatoon 3. So another piece of new content for Splatoween and Frosty Fest will actually be performances and new outfits for Pearl and Marina. This means we will finally get to enjoy this aspect of the DLC, which is definitely very good. We did see them for Springfest and the next one, Summer Nights, since they had been added in at that point, but it was always a shame that we missed them for Splatoween and Frosty Fest, given they were their special Splatfest back in Splatoon 2. So I'm very happy that Nintendo will be adding that in, and we can enjoy those performances. It just kind of adds a little bit more to the money you spent for the DLC, honestly. And also, after the amazing performances of the Grand Festival, I'm definitely happy that we will see more original ones. Who knows, they might even add in some new music, we'll have to wait and see. Now, the final seasonal Splatfest will be the Summer Nights one, which is completely new to Splatoon 3. This will happen in the month of July, so we've obviously got a very long time to wait, but personally, I'm completely okay with that. It's actually quite exciting that we've still got basically a whole year's worth of things to look forward to in Splatoon 3 in terms of events and such. Now, since this one debuted in Splatoon 3, there wasn't any gear for it in Splatoon 2. However, I have seen a theory going around that potentially they could actually give us the Final Fest gear from Splatoon 2. And I think that is a very likely outcome, to be honest with you, and that would definitely be a really good idea. I think this would be a good way of sort of tying things up so we don't miss any of the gear from Splatoon 2. I definitely think, you know, these could kind of fit in as well. They don't necessarily have to fit the vibes. I mean, one of the Summon Knights gear was literally a creepy Inkling face. So yeah, I would be very happy to see this added in. I hope that is what Nintendo does. Now, of course, Nintendo did confirm that we will also be seeing reruns of big runs, and it does seem very likely that one of these will actually be a big run as well. Now, this is just speculation on my part, but big runs have fairly consistently happened around the same times. They happen at the start of every season, since we used to get seasonal updates, and I think that will continue, to be honest with you. So for example, this is what we should see. We'll most likely see the next big run in December, we will see another one in March, another one in June, and then potentially a repeat of the big run in September, maybe even a neat way of just saying happy anniversary to Splatoon 3. It seems like there are some rewards in the files of the games that Nintendo can still add to these big runs, so I'm imagining that's exactly what they will do. Although I wouldn't be against it if they did decide to repeat some old rewards, as I'm still missing a lot of gold ones myself, and I've gotten a lot better at Salmon Run now. Also, I know some people are probably going to doubt the fact a big run will return, given it was such a momentous event, and it kind of, I guess, could be compared to the Grand Festival in terms of big runs, although I suppose the regular big run we got was just a bit more like that. But don't worry, there is actual evidence that big runs will make a comeback. I just think it'll probably be a once in a year sort of thing, and September makes the most sense, to be honest with you. So yeah, we probably will have to wait an entire year before we get the next big run, but that's okay with me. I'm excited for any of the big run revamps. So here is my full roadmap for future events in Splatoon 3, and honestly, I do think this is going to be pretty accurate. We have the evidence that this is true, so yeah, I'm pretty sure this is exactly how it'll go down. Now, in between these, I expect we'll see extra works, which of course Nintendo did confirm, so that is definitely good. And I also think we'll see some interesting challenges as well. Of course, nothing really new at this point, but still some interesting repeats of the past ones we've gotten to keep us entertained. It does seem like the third month in a season is probably going to be the dullest. For example, when we get to months like November, May, August, and February, it really doesn't seem like much will be going on in those months at all. But given the fact that we basically didn't get anything after Splatoon 2 ended for a while, and nothing at all when Splatoon 1 ended, I will take that honestly. I think there's still a lot to look forward to in the game, and I especially love the fact that Nintendo will keep giving us the gear from Splatoon 2. That is definitely really amazing. Let me know your thoughts about everything down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you made it to the end, be sure to comment Splat Gang so I know you did. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe and turn on notifications for more.